A little bit about recovery and why it is important and what you can do to optimize the restitution process. When it comes to recovery, there are things that you can do straight away after your workout, like the stretching, the relaxation, the self-massage techniques, doing some slow, steady cardio, and there's also other factors that you can do, like the nutrition, the rehydration, the proper rest, and so on. But that becomes quickly complicated, so I'm trying to keep things here simple and so that you can apply them, like basic stuff that you can do and that is going to affect recovery. So basically, when you come to your training, your body is going to be in a certain state, and then due to the exercise response, it's going to create a lot of different things in your body. Okay, you're going to release some stress hormones in your body. Your blood pressure is going to be elevated. Your pulse is of course going to be elevated. Mentally, you're going to be in a different state. You're going to create some tension in the muscles, and your muscles are going to hold on to that tension. So the idea of promoting restitution and increasing that restitution process is to bring back the body to that state it was in before you start out to train. Okay, the faster you can bring back the body to its normal, or normal is always relative, but to its normal state, then you're going to feel better and you're going to be ready faster to train again. Okay, so that is one of the main reasons why we stretch. It's not to become as flexible as a yogi. The idea is to realign the muscle fibers and promote the normal length. If you can remove that tension from inside the muscles, then it's going to help the flushing out all the toxins and the metabolic products that you create during your training. Okay, so that's why we stretch. Then there's the relaxation aspect, mentally, but also physically. And that is one of the reasons why it's a very good idea to do slow, steady cardio exercise after your training, or at least do it the day after. You want to bring your blood pressure and your pulse down, balance the different aspects of your heart's function and so many complicated processes. Okay, but in short, that is the essence of restitution. So I've got 3 tools that I like using because they're relatively cheap and they're also easy to carry in your bag. Okay, so the first one is just a hard ball. Then I've got 2 balls inside a sock, so they're kept tied together. And I've got this called the tiger tail, which is a massive. It looks like a rolling pin. There's another product called the stick. I feel this is better because it's a bit stiffer, allows me to go deeper when I do the massage. Okay, but it's personal choice. We'll start off with the tiger tail, the things you can do with this. Okay, so obviously the great thing about this is that you can really work and regulate the amount of pressure you put on your legs. Okay, compared to a foam roller. When you massage your limbs, your legs or your arms, you want most of the pressure to be directed upwards or directly back towards the heart. Okay, and light pressure away from the heart. So that's the first rule of massage. Yeah? And then you're going to do 15 to 20 passes on the muscle groups. And when you found some small knots or some places that are really quite tender, do not be an animal and try to iron them out. That's not the meaning of this. Yeah? This is like to push the blood flow throughout the muscles, and when you find those little knots that are really quite tender, just stay on the edge of them becoming painful, but you want to stay below that because otherwise the muscles are going to tense up and defeat the purpose of the massage. Okay, so great for the lower leg, all that, of course, the hamstrings. Yeah, your adductors. Yeah, and you can really work the leg in a really good way. So your thighs. Be careful when you come to the ATB band, which is basically a piece of of gaffer tape that is over your muscles there. So it can be nice to push a little bit on it, but not too hard. It can be quite painful and give some bruises if you go too hard. Yeah. So really good for the legs. And then of course for your arms. Your grip is going to be quite fatigued doing the cleans or snatches. And here you got a chance to really work and massage your forearms. You know, like this. Even the biceps, which can be tight. Yeah. Triceps, and again you can sort of like move your arm position and hit different aspects of the muscles. The end of the tiger tail allows you to dig in some special spots, and it's going to save your thumb. Yeah? So it's really nice to work around the glutes and this little area here, the tensor fasciae latae, which can be tight and pull on that IT band here. So release up here is going to work the whole leg, the thigh. So a great tool to have and to use. Then we've got the massage ball. So it's just a semi-hard ball, actually quite hard. I like to use it on the arms of my feet, can roll back and forth. And it's actually great, by the way, to do 1 minute on each foot the first thing when you get up in the morning. You can just work all around. Again, regulate the pressure so you're not causing your muscles to hold on to tension. Yeah? Okay. There are two big areas where you're going to get sore. First is going to be around your hips and your lower back. So the thing to do here is to take that ball and stand against the wall. And you lean into the wall and you can regulate again the amount of pressure you put in. You're just going to massage back and forth, small rotations, find those tender spots. Usually they're going to be found at the edge of the hip bone. So if you find the crest of the hip bone there and you work all around there, that's a great way to start. And then straight in the middle of your buttocks. And there you're going to find some spots that are really, really tender. Again, you can place it on that little muscle group here. So if you find the crest of your hip and then the leg bone here, it's right in the middle there. So lean in, sideways, and roll back and forth on it. Okay. Other area, the lower back. So here you're going to find the space between your last rib and the top of the hip bone. Place the ball here on one side of the spine at a time and just work back and forth or small circles and release that area. And you can come in and turn fully sideways as well. The other area that tends to be stressed with the overhead work is going to be around your shoulder blade. So here you're going to, to start off, you're going to put the ball directly into the shoulder blade. Elbow down, and you're going to lean into it, and trust me, you're going to find some really, really sore spots. So when you find those spots, you only want to stay on them about 6 to 10 seconds, and you should feel like something like a release, that the pain gets less and less. Then you can work the whole shoulder area. And then you're going to take your elbow across. You're going to make some space between the spine and the shoulder blade. So here across, and you're going to massage the muscles there. They're usually protected and covered by the shoulder blade. And again here, you can all sort of shape, up and down, across, or small rotations, and again find the tender spots. Try to relax, breathe out slowly, keep smiling, yeah, and work all this area. The ball is also great for releasing the pecs, which can be tight. So here you got all this area to work on. You're gonna lean into the wall that way, maybe support yourself with one hand and roll back and forth, up and down, all across the collarbone, and then a bit more on the pec itself. So with that tool, it's more like a local kind of massage compared to the tiger tail, where you're working the whole muscle and sweeping through and bringing oxygen and flushing the tissues out. Another way you can massage around your hip area is done sitting down using the ball. So we're going to place the ball under the one buttock, cross the leg over the opposite knee, support ourselves with the arms so we can regulate the amount of pressure, and we're going to be right onto the middle of the hip there, of the glute, and roll back and forth. And you can roll in all the way to the side as well. So that's an alternative to the standing up version. And finally, this is one of my favorite tools as well. A couple of bouncy balls. They're sort of, you know, a bit soft, but they still have some stiffness in them. Put them inside the sock, do a couple of turns, pull the sock through them. Good. And there, what you do is going to find the last rib on your back. You're going to place one ball on each side of the spine. And try to relax. And from here you're going to do a small crunching movement. About 5 reps. And then you're going to move the tool a bit further up at your spine and repeat back and forth. Yeah. And you can work all the way up between your shoulder blades. When you come between the shoulder blades, usually you might have to bring your elbows across to so there's a bit more space to work there. So it gives you a chance to work the muscles on each side of the spine and also to promote a bit of mobility around each vertebrae. Last, I like to stand on the balls, lift my hips up, take a deep breath, and roll down all the way out. And usually you're going to feel some popping and cracking as you're working on this. The first few times you try to do this, it's going to hurt like hell usually. Okay, but bear with it. After 3-4 times, that painful feeling disappears and it becomes quite enjoyable. So there you have it, some strategies to implement after your training to promote restitution, recovery, so that you're ready to run and train again as soon as possible. And remember that the key to progress is being consistent with your training. So all the best, good luck.